The Fourth Amendment protects people from unreasonable searches and takeovers by the government, meaning that when a police officer wants to research someone's house, home, for evidence of a crime, they are legally not allowed to without obtaining a warrant from a judge.
The Fourth Amendment was influenced at the time by colonial grievances with British officials. These were like British authorities allowed officials to search homes and businesses and ships without justification. The colonists viewed these acts as invasive. Due to this, the Fourth Amendment is part of the Bill of Rights ratified in 1791. This right protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures by police, protecting personal privacy and property unless proper legal procedures are followed.
Response to British tax collectors at the time. These collectors would use general warrants to enter and search any home without evidence of wrongdoing, only suspicion. The Founding Fathers wrote this amendment to secure a citizen's right to privacy from this type of government invasion. Without individual rights and the protection of private property, the Founding Fathers knew that the people of America would not be free from the threat of a tyrannical government. It's important that we remember and understand our rights to private property and lawful searches. Being ignorant of our rights is just as dangerous as not having them at all.
In the video, it basically explains how law enforcement must have a good reason, like a warrant or probable cause, to search you or your property. It ensures that your privacy is respected and that searches aren't done without justification.
New Jersey v. TLO was a Supreme Court case that involved a student, a 14-year-old girl. She was caught smoking in the girls' bathroom. They asked to search her bag. She was found guilty of possession of marijuana. Her parents then followed suit with a lawsuit. They claimed that the school district violated her Fourth Amendment. Then the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of the school district. If the school has reasonable cause, this addressed the Fourth Amendment for all schools.
Law enforcement needs to have a warrant to search your belongings because if they don't, it would be declared unconstitutional and an invasion of your privacy. But there are 6 exceptions unto when they do need a warrant. The first exception is if the contraband is in plain sight of an officer, meaning the contraband is in plain sight of the officer and they can seize it without any type of warrant. The second is exigent circumstances. Exigent circumstances is basically when law enforcement cannot submit an application for a warrant, and whatever the contraband is, it can contribute to public safety. The third is search incident to arrest. This is when it's reasonable to search and arrest somebody to make sure that the officer is safe and evidence will not be destroyed. Fourth is consent. Suspects are allowed to waive their Fourth Amendment rights and consent to a search without a warrant. 5 is automobile exceptions. If an officer has reasonable suspicion of somebody, they can conduct traffic stops and roadside checkpoints. The 6th and final reason is special needs. This is when courts recognize that public safety is more important than someone's privacy. That includes workplace searches, etc. New Jersey versus TLO had an impact on the school systems. It impacted public schools by exempting them from needing a warrant to search students, but if there is a reasonable reason to search the students, they are allowed. Being able to search students according to their age, though high school students are still particularly protected from illegal searches. The courts decided that students do have a right to their own privacy, but the students' privacy must be in balance with the school's discipline and consequences. The schools can search students on reasonable grounds if the search is to uncover evidence of a violation under law or school rules.
In conclusion, the New Jersey v. TLO case established that school administrators can search a student's belongings if they have reasonable suspicion of a crime or to maintain discipline. The case also reinforced the idea that the students have reduced expectation of privacy while in school. The case led to a greater emphasis on school discipline and safety.
Importantly, law enforcement officers have to decide on the street, on the spot, how much privacy they need to protect versus how much they can use their investigative powers to gather information that's relevant for an investigation.
The Fourth Amendment, in the main, endeavors to balance two central values. First is public safety. The second is individual liberty. And the way in which this balance is struck largely depends on what's going on in the world. That's a very realist, practical way to understand it.
The Fourth Amendment is a very touchy subject for many civilians because if an officer exceeds their power and overrides a civilian's privacy, they could be facing a lawsuit.